Hey guys, good morning. It's Monday, or it's the first Friday of the week. So if you followed me before, it's like if you treat every day like it's Friday, then you'll never have another Monday or never have another bad day. So today is the first Friday of the week, and I just thought I'd start off the week. I feel like that I've gotten away a little bit from the purpose of these videos is to inspire you to live a healthier lifestyle. And one of the things that worked for me was the Daniel plan. So I wanted to spend just a few minutes this morning talking about what got me started on the Daniel plan, and that may lead you to just finding whatever plan works for you. So I started one morning. I woke up and I'm going to a new church, and we were doing 21 days of fasting and prayer, and they asked us to do something for 21 days. And and they don't necessarily mean fasting from food. We have people who fast from social media. They fast from not doing laundry, or just whatever they decide to fast from. I don't know, but it's just for 21 days of fasting and prayer to bring you closer in to start off the new year to a relationship with God. And so I chose the Daniel plan and the Daniel fast, actually, and I was just going to do it for 21 days, almost 9 months later. So, but I was just going to do it for 21 days, and I didn't know anything about the Daniel plan. So I looked up on, as we all do, get on the internet, and I found this book. So I kind of wanted to show you this, just in case. Some of you, I've already shared this with you. Some people, I've bought this for you and sent it to you, because I so believe that this book changed my life. And so this book, The Daniel Plan by Rick Warren, I don't make any money off of endorsing this book by any chance. And so, Mr. Warren, if you're watching, if you've sold recently a lot of books, I'm helping you here. But this book just really breaks down the Daniel Plan and how it was created and what it was created for. And to be honest with you, it was never created as a weight loss program. That's not what it was intended for. It was intended to get you back into eating the way that God intended our bodies to be. And so in the book, they talk about the FLC syndrome. And I definitely in January had the FLC syndrome. And that's just the feel like crap syndrome. I felt horrible. I had chronic fatigue, congestive heart failure. I have severe arthritis in a knee that I injured. And so there were a lot of things going on in my body, and I just was tired. I didn't have a lot of energy. I was pushing myself to go to work on a daily basis. I was pushing myself to spend time with my family, and just literally exhausted and leaving no time for myself or my marriage or other things that I needed to be taken care of in my life. So I delved into the Daniel plan when they started talking about that eating the way and eating foods the way that God intended us to eat them, how it would re-energize you and lead you to just having that energy, lifting the brain fog. And I have to tell you, that was probably the number one thing for me, was that even though I seem to always be on the run and seem somewhat organized, for a period of my life, I literally just feel like I was in constant fog. Eating on the Daniel plan, because you're eating good, clean, wholesome foods, really does lift that brain fog. So I thought I'd talk about this morning on Monday, because a lot of us during the weekend really, that seems to be our time when we do good through the week, but then on the weekend, it's those high fat, high sugar foods that we have a tendency to look for in comfort, and then we wake up Monday with that brain fog, and we wake up not feeling good with FLC syndrome on Mondays. And it's because of what we've done to our bodies over the weekend. So it talks about the Daniel plan is not vegan. So I took it to that level. In the Daniel plan, they talk about eating clean, wholesome foods. That it don't, if it's made in a plant, you don't eat it. And if it's made from a plant, then you do eat it. And that was kind of the basis. They ask you for 10 days to do a detox where you take dairy out of your diet. Well, as I researched more, I found out that dairy is an inflammatory. I had a lot of personal swelling. My legs would swell, my eyes would swell, my arms and hands would swell. My midriff would swell to where one day I could wear one pair of pants and the next couple days later I couldn't because I was just swelled and filled with fluid. Mostly from heart disease, but also because of dairy. I loved cheese and I loved yogurt, and I thought that I was eating a lot of really good healthy things by eating cheese and yogurt and eggs and things like that. But for me, and the way that they were reacting in my body, they were working as an inflammatory. They were causing part of my swelling, and I found that out during the first 10 days of detox. When I detoxed from dairy, that those symptoms went away. So I chose to stay off of the dairy. It's not part of the Daniel plan. The Daniel plan does encourage eggs as a protein. I don't think they really talk too much about cheese because most people don't eat really good made cheese. It's expensive to buy, and you go get it cut at the cheese shop off the block and grate it yourself. Most of us have a tendency to buy that bag cheese in the aisle that's already grated for us, or the sliced cheese that we put on our sandwiches, which, by the way, really isn't cheese at all if you look into it. It's kind of oils and fats kind of made to look yellow and cheesy, but it's not cheese. So I don't really know if they talk about cheese, but they do not, in the Daniel plan, it does not refrain you from dairy. So if you're looking at what I've done, it's because over the past 8-9 months, I have chose to keep those things out of my diet just because of the way I felt after the first 10-day detox and after the 21 days of the Daniel plan. So I really kind of just wanted to introduce that to you this morning. If you're waking up with that brain fog, if you're waking up with the FLC syndrome, if you're just waking up and you just feel like, man, I just can't do this today. I mean, I really want you to look back at what you did for your diet over the weekend, because what you put in your body is how your body is going to react to a daily activity and your daily energy levels. And that's just the way God created it to be. One of the doctors in the Daniel plan talks about that you can control all the genes in your body. You release the genes in your body to live healthy by what you eat. So he says, if you want to fit into your genes, then you need to control your genes. And I love that. I keep that in mind pretty much on a weekly basis. I want to fit into my genes, then I need to control these genes. And then when the cravings hit, it's kind of something that I go to, and I don't want that muffin top anymore. I don't want to struggle to get into a pair of jeans, and I certainly don't want to go pull out a bigger pair of pants that I used to wear, simply because I couldn't control what was on the end of my fork. So I just kind of wanted to start off the Monday or the first Friday of the week telling you, if you're waking up with that, if you're just not feeling good, if you're waking up in a fog, look at what you're putting into your diet. I mean, good, clean, wholesome foods is what we were intended to eat. It's what was in the garden. It's if you read the book of Daniel in the Bible, it talks about eating the real food and eating the royal food. I won't, preach to you out of the book of Daniel, but you should read it. It talks about how God intended our bodies to eat and the way that our bodies react to what we eat. So one of the things I just want to end you like a food for thought is, if Jesus sent you a message today and he said, I'm going to come to your house for dinner, what would you feed him? I mean, would we take Jesus to Whataburger? Well, maybe Whataburger, because Whataburger totally rocks. I love Whataburger. It's still one of my toughest cravings to beat. But I mean, you would prepare a meal for him. You wouldn't go buy something out of a bag and rip it open and lay it on your table and tell him to eat this. You would get into the kitchen and you would go and you would buy good food and you would prepare it for him. So if we believe that Jesus lives in us, then why are we feeding him crap? Why are we feeding him junk? Why are we feeding him processed foods? And so that's just a little food for thought. If you're watching this and you're Christian and you believe that God is in you, then what are you feeding him? So start off the week with that thought. I hope everyone has a wonderful week. I hope that whatever plan that you're going on to it strong. I hope that you're writing down your goals, and I hope that you reach your dream. And I hope that every day is one step closer to getting you to you want to be. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you later on in the week. Have a great one. Bye.